Am I looking forward to the anniversary? Oh yeah, it's almost like 2 years of this. That's kind of wild. Honestly, okay, so like I'm not like especially feeling any particular way for it. If I'm gonna be real, I don't feel any particular way for like the anniversary, which I know sounds like kind of strange. However, right, the kind of take that I have on it is like, we've been doing this for 2 years. I'm really proud that that like we stuck to this for 2 years. But it's less of like me being proud of like, you know, me being here and doing things, and more of like me being proud of like the club for 2 years, if that makes sense. Yeah, it just feels less about like, oh, this cool thing has happened, and more like, oh, like there's cool shit that's come about, you know. But still, 2 years of this, I'm impressed by having done this for 2 years. That is a lot. Like, I think it's less, yeah, it's less the actual like number. Oh no, it's less the event and more, or like, because like right now I don't think there's like anything planned for it, but like it's less that and more shit. This has like been 2 years. Holy fuck, you know. I think that's it. Would you have done anything differently? A ton. Oh, I'd have done so much differently early on. Like, for real, there is a lot I would have done differently. Like, so much. There is so much I would have done differently. I think, like, first of all, I think that I wouldn't have listened to some advice that I wouldn't have listened to some advice out the gate that I listened to originally. I would have been more aggressive filtering, like, viewership, like, early on as well, and, like, who was around. I would have aggressively filtered way, like, I would have been so much more aggressive. So much more aggressive. I'd have been a little ruder out the gate as well. I think I would have enjoyed having, like, the confidence to be more of myself. And I should have just not listened when it came to people sort of, like, giving me the way that things were supposed to be in the quote-unquote, like, space. And instead just focused on what I wanted my space to be like, instead of it needing to be this like huge, you know, switch up of things. I also would have like, I wish I'd have kicked up more of a shitstorm. How can I word words? I would have kicked up more of a shitstorm over like some stuff. I would have kicked up more shitstorms. Over certain things and like not let certain things slide. I definitely would have done that, you know. But again, I think that was just me being like comfortable in being myself in the space, you know. But I think that would definitely be like a thing. I'd have disowned Crossing Fade sooner. I'd have done that sooner. My days. Would have sent that one trick pony out to stud. My god. Oh. My days. I know, I'm horrible. Crossing Fates anti? Yes, I am. Actively so. I'm such a fucking anti for that one. Right? I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. Yeah, that exists. That exists. What? But no, I feel like how do I put it? I don't think anything would be different if I'd have done things differently. I think we would have arrived where we are right now sooner. But part of me also thinks that, like, we needed time to... I think we needed time to get here because time was really what got it here. It got us to where we are now. But I also think that, like, I think that we would have got here sooner, but I also think part of the reason why things are so good now is because we took our time getting here, and you guys got to see, like, the beginning to end transformation. You got to see me, like, break bad in real time, though. You guys actually got to see the VTuber break bad in real time. You got to watch it all like, unfurl. You got to have, like, oh, this is my VTuber. This is my VTuber beginning to lose his fucking mind. This is my VTuber saying, I've had enough of this shit. Let's be real. I'm toting a gun now. You got to see all of that happen. Like, you got to see the steady chaos beginning to like, just come out. You got to see things go from like normal to extremely abnormal, from polite to unhinged, right? From like polite and told, oh, try to appeal to as many people as possible, and try not to be like offensive. Try and be very like gentle, and try and be you know, something that like people couldn't find themselves. You know, try and just stay very middle of the road with how you are. And I'm like, to like being like, hi, cunt. Greetings. I'm here to commit violence. Like, it's a big switcheroo, I'd say. The switcheroo is fun. You were shy and so polite. Okay. I always like to give people like a little bit of a nudge on this one. It wasn't that I was shy. I'd been given a lot of like, how do I put this? I'd been given a lot of nudges early on about how I should behave. How like I should behave and what was acceptable behavior. And then some of the response and some of the treatment that I got very early on after I debuted kind of confirmed that. And that, like, you know, it felt like things were a little bit, you know, how can I put it? It felt like it was a little bit unfair towards the Incubus at times, right? And that kind of, like, shoved me more in that direction where I'm like, oh, I should just fucking keep my head down. And then as, like, time went on, I was just sort of like, And I started to see more and more that, like, I ended up just sort of in the place where, and I know this is going to sound horrible, but, like, I sort of just progressively got more and more, like, annoyed at the status quo. And in regards to, like, how, I don't want to just say one thing, but, like, how everything was. I got, like, progressively more annoyed at the status quo. And then it kind of turned into a thing, and I was like, ooh, and I started getting like a little bit like, how, again, I don't want to use like negative emotional terms, because it wasn't a negative emotion that brought me to this place, if that makes sense. It was because like the emotions that got me here are ones that I believe are positive, but like it came from a place where like I didn't like how things were, and I realized that I had kind of a choice, and it was either that I needed to either like sever a little bit and like say, fuck it, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go my own way with what I do, or I'm going to lose my fucking mind. And like, you know, you guys gave me that little shove in the April, and I was like, ooh, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. We've got a little bit of the violence in us. We can make this happen, you know? So I kind of just went from there. So yeah, that's my story. I'm glad you decided to be a cunt full-time. I love it here. Indeed, right? Like, I'm very glad I chose to be this full-time. I think that, honestly, it works for everyone involved, you know? It works for everyone. Everyone involved kind of, it's more appealing, you know? What can I say? It's a little bit enjoyable.